Now, Texas A&M should have fired Jimbo FIsher. The relationship was stagnant. They were stuck on the ever-turning hamster wheel of mediocrity and doing it for a top-shelf price. The question now, obviously, becomes who do they hire? Well, a program that has more resources than just about anyone, we've seen that, as much passion as any fan base out there, and haven't tasted glory since before we dropped into Normandy? Well, sometimes to reach the light, you must embrace the darkness. Now, there is a proven winner out there who is itching to get back into the spotlight and is just waiting for the right partner to dance with. And that's college football supervillain Urban Meyer. Now, it seems as though Michigan State won't listen to me and take the leap with Urban, which opens up the door for a thirsty, sleeping power like Texas A&M. And spare me the holier-than-thou talk. I don't think Bobby Petrino is out there giving speeches on being a good Samaritan or passing out canned good to the homeless right now. And you hired him. A&M can give Urban everything he needs to be talked about once again in the same breath as Nick Saban, who's on his way out, Jim Harbaugh, and Kirby Smart. Now, it's a fresh start in the SEC. Looks like they're going to move away from divisions, which is smart. And Texas and Oklahoma both join the league. So which is a better time to bring in Urban Meyer than to combat those two giants stepping into your own backyard? And let's be honest, Texas A&M fans deserve to win. Whatever you think about certain traditions or what people do pregame, this fan base has endured. You have generations that have showed up and shown out, but the team didn't follow through. Not that Texas A&M's never been good, but they haven't reached the top in so long. Now, while Urban Meyer may not be a great guy, he is a proven commodity, and he is the best bet out there to help take the Aggies to the promised land finally. Now, there will be bad PR off the cuff if they hire him. We all know that. But America loves a redemption story, and winning cures everything. So, A&M, the next move yours. My advice, playing it safe always gets you thrown out. Bringing my co-host David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback, off a big weekend, big dub in Happy Valley. We'll get to that. And then my brother, former Western Colorado wide receiver, Blaine Crain. David, I'm going to start with you. There's going to be mixed feelings on Urban Meyer, right? There always is. But if you're Texas A&M, you've been stuck in the desert for what seems like forever. You thought Jimbo was going to be your guy. It didn't work out. The relationship got, stuck in neutral. I think it's a great way to put it, as I believe the AD did. But with Urban, to me, it's like looking at the transfer portal versus a high school player. If I'm looking at somebody to come in and immediately make a big impact or immediately take me to that next step. Transfer portal player, proven commodity. I know what I'm getting. High school player, I'm projecting, could be really good, could not work out, but I deep down don't know what I'm getting. I think Urban Meyer is the perfect fit at Texas A&M.
No doubt. It's a home run. I'll set this up the same way I did when the Auburn job came up. I'll put myself in the position and in the shoes of the athletic director because he's the person making the hire and he's the person who is going to be held responsible if the new coach doesn't win football games. So now you're putting your job on the line. It's fine for fans and for everyone else, on TV to say, oh, here's what I would do. But the athletic director is going to be the one on the hook. And if you are able to go hire Urban Meyer, then not only would you do that, to be honest, you should have probably already done that. He's such a proven commodity. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's won 3 national championships, 2 in the SEC, 1 in the Big Ten, 2 more undefeated seasons with the Buckeyes and Utah, where he couldn't participate in the postseason. And another couple interesting things here are he's only 3 years older than Nick Saban was when he took the Alabama job. Yeah. Like, there's plenty of time to recreate another dynastical run here with a new program. And you could get him after the failure with the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're able to sort of buy lower than you would with any other proven commodity that's won multiple national championships. That's an interesting thing. And I think Texas A&M is one of those brands, one of the few brands that Urban Meyer would consider. He's come out. He has a list of programs that he would go to. USC. I don't think that's coming open unless Lincoln Riley goes to the NFL. Notre Dame, he passed up to go to Florida that first time coming out of Utah. I don't think that one's coming up right now. And you talk about there would be bad PR off the cuff. Maybe, but The guy's on television every weekend. When I turn on Big Noon Fox, like he's on TV. It's not like we're talking about someone who would be running out of the jail cell.
What a perfect time for him to get back in from a PR standpoint, because where is all the hate going?
It's
going to Michigan.
Oh, yes.
It's going to Michigan right now.
Yeah.
So Urban, and again, not perfect, not saying he's a great guy. I wouldn't sign him up to go give speeches at the Boys and Girls Club every Thursday afternoon about making the right decisions. But if you're going to hop in, all this hate that's going on at Michigan, not that it would slide under the radar. It'd be a huge story, but you better get in while the getting's good. Blaine, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't think there's a wrong answer to getting Urban Meyer. I think that would be a home run hire. I think there's a lot of guys out there that you could get that would be a home run hire. And I think if you're Texas A&M, you go fishing early. And there's one name I do not see up on that list we have right there, and that's Deion Sanders. I mean, why would you not go?
So this is a list from our buddy Andy Staples.
Yeah,
on three.
Why would you not go look at Deion Sanders?
I don't think Deion's leaving Colorado right now. I don't think he'd leave Colorado to go to A&M with what he's building over there, with the rapport he already has. Maybe if it didn't hit the way it hit, and A&M would still take a chance on him, he'd do it. But we're looking at this list that Andy Staples put out. Dan Lanning, I don't think's leaving Oregon. No, I don't think that's happening. Mike Elko is probably the best candidate on this list. Mike Norvell's not leaving Florida State, I promise you that. Kalen DeBoer is not leaving Washington. Lance Leipold, I would say good chance. I don't think Jonathan Smith, David, would leave his alma mater at Oregon State. I don't see him doing that. Jedd Fisch, would they take a chance on Jedd Fisch, who I know Arizona's really hot right now? Coming off that win, they were able to get that win late on the road at Colorado. I think they're 7-3, something like that. It's been a great year for Jedd. I don't know if they'd be willing to make that jump. Jeff Traylor and UTSA, they've been good this year. They haven't been as good as they were last year when his name was really, really hot. They did lose a lot at wide receiver. Sharon Moore, I don't think they're going to hire him, Dave. Dan Campbell, why would you leave the Lions right now when you find?
I love that they put that on the list.
I know.
The audacity of Texas A&M thinks, you know what? The Lions are really good for the first time in a long time, but I think we could get their head coach.
And Dan Quinn, the NFL recycles guys. We see this all the time. I feel like that's a big risk. Trying to bring Dan Quinn into the college game. We've seen that. Typically, it doesn't work as well that way, as it does the other way. But to me, it's Mike Elko most likely. It's Lance Leipold most likely. And it's Urban Meyer most likely. And you can throw Jedd Fisch and Jeff Traylor in there.
So Mike Elko with his ties to the program.
That's got to be the leader in the clubhouse right now from a betting standpoint.
So you don't think so Dan Lanning, it doesn't seem like he would leave Oregon, and they have all that Nike money too, and you're about to go into the Big Ten. But let's just say, let's just assume right now that Texas A&M could pay more than anyone else on the list just to play this experiment out. Would Dan Lanning go take that job then?
I don't think he would.
Okay. I really like, and I again, Mike Norvell, this is someone who we were talking about being on the hot seat just a season ago. Now look what he's done at Florida State. I don't see him just, uprooting and moving over there and having Texas A&M take 2 consecutive coaches from Tallahassee. Kalen DeBoer, though, would be an interesting hire to me. You're talking about he wouldn't leave Washington, but he's a great football coach.
He is. It feels like such a great fit for him at Washington with the system that he runs, kind of his personality. I feel like they got a really good thing going at Washington, and obviously, they're making the jump too, as well, to the Big Ten. If I'm A&M, everybody on that list, every single person on that list, damn good football coach. There's only one Urban Meyer on that list. There's only one guy I look at that list and I'm like, this is the best one. Now let's talk about the second tier. Dan Lanning, he got a long way to go.
That's how I feel.
Long way to go. Long way to go. Mike Elko, long way to go. Guys, if you're tired of wasting your money on testosterone booster products that don't work, we don't blame you. We're not even here to judge, but we got a great answer. That's why our sponsor, Nugenix Total T, lets you try before you buy. And you'll get a complimentary sample when you text 2312. I can see you laughing over there, Blaine. Text 231231 and enter keyword Crain, C-R-A-I-N. Look, I'm getting older. I leveled up. All right, I'm at level 34 right now. When you start getting less and less energy, but since I started taking Nugenix, Blaine didn't tell you the same thing. Your natural loss of testosterone, this helps that. I decided to do something about it when I got Nugenix, and now I'm feeling revived, energized, and getting after it like I used to. Also, Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster has Testofen that'll help you turn back the clock and re-energize your life. But don't just take my word for it. Try it before you buy it. If it works, you can keep using it. If not, keep the sample. You've got nothing to lose. You'll gain energy, muscle drive, and even more passion, and get that complimentary sample, like I said, when you text 231231 and you enter the keyword Crain. That's CRAIN. And if you text right now, you'll get get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest and most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you lose fat fast and get lean even faster. Absolutely free. That's 231231. Enter keyword Crain, CRAIN, 231231. Enter keyword Crain, CRAIN. Remember, texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Permission and data rates apply. #1 doctor recommended brand by primary care physicians based on independent survey conducted by IQVIA 2022. Urban Meyer is more proven than anybody on. If I'm an A&M fan, and listen, you can say what you want. I want to be a good person, want to be surrounded by good people. But if I'm a Texas A&M fan, and I think Blaine puts it best, I'm willing to eat a 30 for 30 on it. I'm willing to vacate some wins.
He'd only coached there for 4 years. And he'd probably win 2 national championships.
That's what I'm saying. But it could be the other way around. Urban Meyer gets redemption story.
I know.
Gets his chance.
Does Urban want to get back into it? That's the question.
I think he does.
Is that the question?
You think he wants to go out like that in Jacksonville?
This man's not wearing Bond villain glasses on.
And he's wearing Bond villain.
He's wearing Bond villain goggles.
Does he want to go back through it all, man?
For how many million a year? How many million a year? And that's another thing. Is like how many millions? Like, what kind of record-breaking contract are they going to be able to offer the new guy? I know they have a lot of money, guys, but here's what they're going to have to pay Jimbo FIsher after just getting fired. First of all, they're going to owe $19.2 million within the next 60 days, whatever. But then another $7.2 million annually for the next 8 years until 2031. So you're going to have to pay more than most coaches in the country pay out to the guy who's not even going to be coaching. Yeah. And then to get the next guy in, you're going to have to be paying that.
I'm just shocked.
You gotta pay, like, you're paying Jim, you're paying your assistant coaches that are going to leave. Like, you're going to drop a stack on this for sure. Mm-hmm. But the big thing for the A&M, whoever you bring in, that you have to keep what you have intact. Like the recruits that you brought in, the classes that you brought in, Wegman at the quarterback.
I think a lot of them are already gone, man.
That's
like, what December 4th when the transfer portal opens.
Yeah, I agree with that. You hire Urban Meyer, and that NIL train cranks up Urban Meyer. They can say what they want, right? You can say what you want about, oh, he's not the greatest guy. It's going to be tough for him to recruit with what happened in the past. You know what Urban Meyer does? You know where he puts players? In the league.
He would keep those recruits.
He would. I think he would. I don't even know if it's about keeping this class together. But going forward, A&M I don't think is going to have a problem with recruiting because NIL is such a big deal. A lot of it is the evaluating and putting the players in the best position to win the game. I think Urban Meyer does that. You may say he doesn't put them in the best position to win life in the past, right? I think we can pretty much get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya on that. But you can't say on Saturday that he didn't go out there and they're not ready to play.
Oh, he's about to have a heart attack.
And think about the timing of it. Nick Saban, you know, close to getting on the raft, push him down the river while everybody sings on the shoreline. Thanks for the memories. All of a sudden, Jim Harbaugh.
They're singing Fall Out Boy on the shoreline. That's wild.
They're singing Fall Out Boy in ancient Samaria. Jim Harbaugh, he winning at Michigan. Get on out of here.
Texas coming into the SEC.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you're an A&M fan, look, you want to join the rebellion, right? You want to be with the Obi-Wan. You want to be boys with Yoda. Oh, you crash in the swamp. Let's figure it out. But sometimes you got to put that black hood on and feel that power.
Well, no one would keep those recruits there more than Deion Sanders, which is a name you brought up. But are you worried at all about that we haven't seen the developmental side of it yet?
Well, I mean, somewhat, yeah. You only got a certain sample size. But, I mean, you look at what he's done in Colorado right now. A lot of people only picked him to win one football game. I mean, he's already won 4. Lost a couple in overtime, played a lot of teams close, and what are you bringing over with him, right? If Deion leaves, one, you're bringing swag to A&M, and A&M's probably as lamest as it gets when it comes to guys doing this and the overalls and everything when it comes to that.
That much would be gone. If he got rid of that, I'd say hire him right now.
You bring an
NFL quarterback, a first-round NFL quarterback.
You got to think more than just next year, though, right? Like, if you're Texas A&M, you got to be thinking about more than just what would happen in
how long do you think
months. Like, how many kids does he have playing quarterback?
How long do you think Prime's going to be at Colorado?
I didn't think he'd be there.
David, how many national championships Urban Meyer has?
3.
How many games Deion Sanders won?
4.
Shut the door. Give me Urban Meyer.
You're betting the future.
Yeah.
You're doing.
I am betting. Guess what? I'm betting the future.
You're betting
every time Urban Meyer steps into the cockpit, good stuff happens, at least for a little while.
How about this name? Success at the college level and in the NFL, has already coached in Texas, has coached under Nick Saban, Bill O'Brien.
That would be the lamest thing.
Dude, that would be the most Texas A&M.
The Patriots can't score.
Yeah.
They can't score.
No, if A&M did that, there would be a legit
He can yell at
revolt.
Mac Jones, though.
There'd be a legit revolt.
Would there be a revolt?
There'd be a
if they
revolt.
hired Bill O'Brien?
There's one guy right now.
You'd have a bunch of people walking around doing this.
There's one guy on
Going to the-
Aflac. There's one guy on Aflac commercials with Nick Saban right now, and that's Deion Sanders. I'm just telling you, the amount of recruits they will get at A&M.
That's the thing, though. They just had the number one class.
What do you mean recruiting?
They got good players.
Deion can get it out of them. Deion can get it out of them on the field.
That's the part I don't know if that's true.
It's his first year at
just
Colorado.
demoted the offensive coordinator who was not the problem.
That's the type of move.
Like you're gonna bring in a guy that you don't know about Deion Sanders.
Do y'all think Deion's been successful in his first year at Colorado?
Up to this, I think he's had some success, yes. But you know who I know's had a ton of success? You know who I know's won multiple national championships at huge brands?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but
It's
does he
Urban.
want to come back?
Yeah.
Does he want to? As Urban came out and said, I want to coach in college football. He's sitting on TV making money, doing whatever.
No,
I'm just saying. Mel Tucker won 5 games at Colorado in his first year, and then he jumped ship right away. And he's not even at the school that hired him away and paid him the $96 million contract.
Well, I don't think this is going to turn into a Mel Tucker situation with Deion.
Well, I mean,
I hope. I hope.
Soldier Boy did say, "Kiss me through the phone." But we want to know what you think. You know what? I want to know what A&M fans think.
Oh, yeah.
Deep down. Like, is just morality just not going to let you do it? Are you just so happy with, are you willing to just hang on 8-4 and 7-5 and just beat Bama every now and then, and that's okay? Texas A&M cannot keep doing this average Joe's thing. What does White Goodman say? I'm not okay. You're not okay, but that's okay.
Average Joe's at least won it at the end.
Average Joe's, they did. Boy, Peter won a lot of money on that one. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you don't mind. And if you got a little extra time, feeling a little bit dangerous, but also want to be safe, turn that notification bell on so you know when we drop content.